The other thing what I wanted to mention to you is I've got a few guys now from abroad that are wanting bait. Now getting it to them may be a problem. So what they've even said that they'll take the base mixers. They'll take the base mixers and they will take the additives I'm using in a bottle. Now I'm not sure how to go on with Germany. They said that it ain't a problem. We're getting stuff to Germany. I shouldn't have a problem with it. Now they're really wanting. I've had 2 messages off them today again. So and it's a big order. It's a big order for somebody who rolls it at home in the kitchen. It's a big fucking order. But I ain't bothered about that. I've ordered some tubes, some bait tubes that they're taking 10 kilos a bait. 10 kilos goes in, and I've already got the and it seals top airtight. Now they want it in as a freezer bait, but I've talked them out of that. I've talked them into taking it as a mix. It's like an in-between bait. It's best if you put it in freezer. Bait will always be better if you put it in freezer. It keeps everything fresh. But I've talked them into taking the KBS, which is the bait that they want, as a bait that if it is air dried, it is a freezer bait. It's not a freezer bait. Sorry, it's a shelf life. If it's air dried, which I said it will air dry it, yeah, and then it will be vacuum sealed when you get it. I says, and then I will send you the glug over that you glug it with, and the glug will contain tuna. Or I will send you the glug over that I personally glug mine in, and then you add a tin of tuna yourself. They even want the fucking tuna that I use. It's but the good lads and the fishing. It's not the fishing we're doing. I'm talking serious fucking fish and serious waters that they're wanting to use it on. So it's a big thing, but a lot of companies I know personally, one of them local, they went from being rolling it in the kitchen to getting a fair decent sized company, and then they started with this team Benelux and all that bollocks, and they seem to have forgot about everybody that made them who they are today. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's a lot of them. Now I never want to get that like that. It's that big. I don't want to get that big. Bait's not. Bait interests me. It interests me. And it makes me happy seeing people catch on a bait that I've thought about. I don't just sling anything in a thing. I seriously research everything that's going on in that corpse environment at that time of year. I always have. Now it's the reason for a lot of bugs and stuff that are in them, and stuff like mealworm mealworm as a flower, mealworm flowers and stuff like that. It's just and it's made a massive difference. But the thing what I'm wanting to say is that the guys that have been buying bait off me now, they will always be the people that I look to first. Always. I've got a lot of people that say they want bait and then they don't fucking order it, and I've started ignoring them. They do me head in. They want 10 kilo, not this month, not month after, but month after. What date? 15th. So I write it down. Then month 15th, you get in touch with them. No, I don't need it yet, but I want. Look, mate, don't even message me if you're going to fuck about like that, because seriously, I'm not joking when I say it. I can get rid of a lot of bait if I wanted to. I'd just cut everything down to a point now where I'm fine at it. I'm not doing it now to a point where I'm doing anything. I'm getting rid of it in an amount that's fine. It pays for my fishing and everything else. But if I wanted to, take my word for it, I could really make this into a big thing. It's I mean, I've got 2 shops now that want to take it, both in Lincolnshire, but they both want to take it. It's and I'm definitely gonna get a season ticket for Watermeadow, and I'm gonna take my bait tube down, and I'm gonna tell him to I'm gonna sell it to him. but I'm gonna do it him at the price that I do it you guys at, and I'm gonna say to him, bung some money onto it, and if you want, you change the name of it to I don't know, Meadow Blend or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't care what name is it. It's as long as I know it's my base mix that's done it, you know what I mean? And somewhere along that line there will be a format. It will have to say format base on the packaging. Now I've said to them that they can never make their own packaging for it, because you see these tubs. Now I've looked into stickers for these format base stickers, but the stickers I want would mean that you'd be paying about £9, 9 or 10 quid for a tub of pop-ups. The bags that I want, the kilo bags that I wanted making, just all the way format base with a nice little light teardrop, so you could see the bait through it and see what the bait looks like. Now, you would not believe how much the bait would go up if I did that. You're talking you'd have to charge a minimum of about 11 quid a kilo to do it, unless you ordered absolutely tens of thousands of bags. Now I ain't going like that. The bait, as far as I'm concerned, that bag is an absolute waste of time anyway. It's bad for environment, for number one. You see, it's where I start. The nature lover in me comes out. I can't see the point in charging people an extra £4 on a kilo for a bag that at the end of the day they're gonna chuck in the fucking bin. What's the point? There's no point. Now the thing I am definitely having done is I'm having some shirts done. I'm having some hats done. Some format ones. They're going to be nice when they're done though. I photographed a leaf over there while I were out, and they're at Langworth. Beautiful. It were a chestnut leaf. Beautiful. Look a bit like a fucking ganja leaf to an actually a chestnut leaf, identical to a ganja leaf, but just bigger. So I photographed it. It just started to bleach and get yellows and lighter greens, and I photographed it and I've sent it to a company. Now that company are looking at getting some shirts made for me that are gonna say format base, but it ain't gonna be plastered across the front format base. All I want is format base on the back there, and just a little thing on the arm there, and I also want it on the back of the neck and a small badge that says format base. And the same with the snoods that I'm having done, it will say format base across the top of it. Now the hats, it will say across the front format base, but the reason I'm having these hats done is I want one in my bag at all times, because I ain't saying to you go out and buy. If you want one, I'll have you one made. You know what I mean? But the thing is, but you're gonna have to pay for it. I ain't at that fucking scale where I can. But believe me, if I were a big bait company, people might have to pay for my clothing. And fair enough. You get stage like sticky baits, you've got to. But I want one in my tackle bag at all times. So if somebody catches on a bait while I'm out with them, I can say to them, stick that hat on. And they're I take a photo with format thing, but I've got a lot of plans to do with the stickers and stuff. But I'm looking for a cheaper alternative way of getting them done than getting a printing company to do them. So if anybody actually knows how to do it a bit cheaper, then get in touch with me, because it'd be nice to hear from you, and perhaps could sort some out if you fish. I sort some bait out if you can do me some labels from. But they're the tubs that I done, and there's a fair decent amount of bait in there. Now these aren't actually ready yet. They're not that noisy. It's just they're not there yet. They need at least another. Oh, they smell mint, mate, honestly. You can just get that tuna. But the pineapple's there. But I tell you what, you can smell really strong amino. So, yeah, they're the tubs that I will be doing. And I think majority of it for winter is going to be based towards these. But the guys that we're talking to from Germany, I've talked them into taking cork bowl wafters and cutboard pop-ups for the simple reason of the waters they're fishing, the massive, and the fish they're fishing for are absolutely fucking colossal. I'm talking big fish, 50, 60 pounders, some of them bigger. So I've talked them into taking coat balls, because sometimes the baits are out there for like 72 hours. So if I can mix Polaris and coat dust, that's going to give me a really, 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 really buoyant bait, even if I wanted to do one really small. By that I mean a 14mm bait that they could leave out there potentially 4 days, and it will still be sat, boom, perfectly upright. Now that's what they need. That's what you need in a water line. It's what you need in any water, really, to be honest with you. But I've never had a problem with my pop-ups before, ever. I use Polaris pop-up mix. It's best pop-up mix on market. I have had problems with sticky baits pop-ups that I found they are absolutely shite. They start off like this for about 6-7 hours, and then slowly they'll go over and over. But they say if you haven't had a bite in 6 or 7 hours, you should have put a new bait on. That's not necessarily true on waters I fish. Sometimes you need that bait out there for a good while. In low stock, it takes a while, you know what I mean? So I'd rather have it sat nicely, especially on them waters where you're fishing little spots that you've got a pop-up sat in a little spot just a bit bigger than a dinner plate, surrounded by a lot of weed. It's took you a lot of time to find that spot. You want it sat there until it goes, not in and out all the time. So I think that's definitely the way to go. But that's definitely going to be the thing. The people, just because I'm starting to get these people abroad that are wanting baits, I'm never ever going to forget about the people that bought it off me local. So that's just a little quick video link on that. Cheers, guys.